reducing implicit bias is very difficult because it's very cultural. But what is important is to reduce the de facto bias, like what we do actually, like the behavior. So you can still have a very high implicit bias, but if you start to behave in a more like race-neutral way, that's what we really want. That's what the policy wants. Experiment right now in which we change our intervention to like what we call task significance. We told them right now, like without referrals, Afro-descendants don't get a job. And you are referring less Afro-descendants. In a way, what we want to say is like, if we want to reduce the racial bias in the market, you are important. What is important is like, keep on trying. We need to keep testing, we need to test what works, what doesn't work, in which context it works, and that's what we are actually doing in the team now. There are not many papers in the rest of Latin America and the Caribbean. And we know that the problems are everywhere. Like, we know this is not a Colombian specific. There is a lot of discrimination, not only in terms of like Afro-descendants, discrimination against indigenous population. And I think like the main message to our paper is like, first you need to measure. So we need to go to all these other contexts, talk with like public policy institutions and get the data to be able to measure and to be able to test possible interventions. I think it applies to every single context in Latin America and the Caribbean. We know that the problem is there and we need to do more, we need to measure more, and I think like that's why we start with Colombia, but like the idea is like our paper like triggers some other researchers, some other teams to try to do something similar in other countries.